Alright, let's see how you look. Oh, it looks good.
Hey everyone!
Oh, my knees don't fit. Am I in it?
Ooh, I got an email.
I'll-
Your phone looks like it's crooked.
Go look if you don't trust me, miss.
I trust you. Are you sure?
I'm nervous. Okay, don't forget to smile.
I always smile.
What's
Hey,
up,
everyone.
guys? Welcome back to our channel. I'm Jake.
And I'm Leah, and today we're going to be talking about how to stay motivated in 2021, specifically with online school. So we just wanted to add a bit of a disclaimer that everyone measures productivity differently and everyone is motivated in different ways. So something that might work for us might not actually work for you, and even between us we measure things differently. So we hope this list can help you in any way possible.
So the first thing on the list is to find a study partner. I know that if I didn't find a study partner in my undergrad or through my master's or even now in my PhD, I would not be as efficient and I wouldn't be as motivated as I am with one.
And this can also double as a gym partner. So it's great to find a study partner and someone to work with in general because they can always keep you on track and you can also keep them on track. So something that we like to do is maybe we'll just swap phones so that we're not checking our phones. And we can also see how far along we are with our course material. So we set personal goals such as I like to read 5 papers a week and I think you're doing 7 papers a week. So we just like to make sure each other are staying up to date with our goals.
So what works best for us is to find a study partner with similar goals.
So both of us have the goal of wanting to go to med school, so we talk about that all the time and we just make sure we're both on the right track to get there.
Together.
The next thing on our list is to wake up early. Now, waking up early is the hardest part, and this isn't necessarily for everyone, but it can get your morning off on the right track.
I find that when I wake up early, I get so much more done than when I sleep until, for example, 11 or noon. If I wake up at 7, especially, for example, studying for the MCAT, if I was up at 7:30, I would have at least 4 hours before, most of my friends were up asking me to do certain things. So I found that in order to be more efficient and be more focused in the morning, you can wake up early and get a lot more done.
I do the exact same thing, but I actually do it in a little bit of a different schedule than what Jake does. I like to wake up and start my work right away so that I can be done so much work by even noon, and then I can take a huge break and get back to my work at night. But I think starting first thing in the morning definitely gets your day on the right track.
I just feel that if you start early in the morning and put in at least an hour, you just feel like your day already is efficient and you want to keep that momentum going.
Yeah, and another great thing to do is what I personally do. I don't know if you do it the same way, but if I put my phone away, especially in the morning, I can be so much more motivated. The first thing I like to do in the morning is check my phone quickly just to get all the messages off of my mind, and then I immediately put it away. I put it away for as long as possible just so that I can really focus on my work and not have any distractions.
And that brings us into our third thing on the list, the to-do list.
Now, starting off your morning by making a to-do list, even adding simple tasks, will really structure your day and help you navigate what you need to get through in the day. And instead of having it all in your mind, you'll have it in one place. So the way I like to take my to-do lists is I always take it on my iPad and I use the app called GoodNotes. On GoodNotes, they have a layout that actually shows different spots where you can add your tasks for the day and then a spot to add a checklist. So this is really helpful because it keeps it all in one place, and I actually like to make a new list for every single day, and then by the end of the day I just make sure that everything is checked off, or if the task was too big or I ran out of time, I just add it to the next day. And I never feel guilty about not necessarily completing everything, but I like to do as much as possible. Another thing that I like to do when making my to-do lists every morning is I like to add super easy tasks just so that I can have a lot of things to check off, and it makes me feel super motivated and super productive to seem like I've already got through 10 tasks when realistically I've just checked 10 messages, maybe swept the floor, done some different cleaning tasks, but everything was on my list so I can get it all checked off.
So, different from Leah, I also have an iPad, but I don't use it to make lists. Instead, I'm a bit old-fashioned and I use a notebook. So this is my to-do list. I usually make monthly to-do lists. And basically I include everything that I have to do regarding schoolwork. For example, I have some modules to complete. I have to do a search for research articles on PubMed. I have to go to the school and drop off my thesis binding. And also I had to film this YouTube video with Leah today. So this is an example of one of my to-do lists. And basically, as I go through the month, I'll just scratch each one of these things off. And it helps me stay on track. It helps me remember everything that I want to do. And it helps me stay motivated because once I'm near the end of the list and have many things scratched off, I feel, really motivated and ready to take on the next month. I didn't say check emails. Did you talk about
No,
that?
I don't really care.
Checking emails was a big point for us. Wow. The to-do list is also really helpful because every morning I wake up and the first thing I do is go to my computer or iPad, and basically I just go through my newest emails and I see what tasks I have to do today. And then if they're important enough, I'll add them to my to-do list. If I could get them right out of the way fast, I'll do them quickly in the morning. And it just makes for a more efficient morning and a good start to the day.
And this brings us on to our next tip, to take necessary breaks. If you don't take breaks, you're eventually going to get burnt out, but we like to use a method sometimes called the Pomodoro method, and this is where you study for 25 minutes straight and you set an alarm, so after those 25 minutes, you take a short 5-minute break and you just repeat this cycle. So studying for 25 minutes and then taking a short break is really effective because you're never working too hard for too long, and within that time, you can get things done really efficiently. So what do we do during that 5-minute break? I might check my phone or even make a healthy snack. Sometimes going to the kitchen and just making whatever I can think of is a really nice way to de-stress. I want to drink my latte.
So the next thing on the list is
Caffeination.
Cheers. So I know that during my undergrad, during my master's, and my current PhD, I would not be as efficient if I didn't drink coffee. Drinking coffee every morning gives me so much motivation for the day. I definitely get a lot more things done. I also mix between, matcha, tea, coffee, all different kinds of drinks, anything with caffeine. It's really helpful during the day. Sometimes I even can manage 2 coffees if it's like a stressful day. But I often don't drink coffee past about 8 p.m. because I want to obviously have a good sleep.
Okay, I don't drink coffee past 4 p.m., which is why I always like to transition to tea or matcha lattes. But another thing to remember is to drink water.
So the next thing on the list is sleep. Researchers believe that having a good night's sleep is really important for memory consolidation into your long-term memory. So basically what happens is the stimuli that you see when you're studying is encoded into your brain and into your memory when you sleep. And it's really important to have a good at least 6-7 hours sleep in order to have that consolidation. For example, when studying for a test and you're trying to memorize a ton of information, it's way more important to get that good night's sleep and have that information encoded into your memory than it is to stay up all night and try and memorize more and more and more, because it just does not get encoded in the long term, and then basically you do better on the test if you have that good night's sleep. It's also important to have a good night's sleep because it's healthy and it gets you into a sort of routine.
Go off. The next thing on your list, the next thing on the list is to the next tip to be more why can I not speak?
Motivated.
Okay, this is gonna take a long time to film. The next thing on the list to be more motivated is to make little rewards for yourself and to live a healthy and balanced lifestyle.
So one reward that I have for myself is playing guitar. Guitar is my passion and my hobby, and I usually take 1 hour after studying for say 2 hours to focus on guitar and basically reward myself for studying hard for 2 hours. This makes for a more efficient study period.
I also like to take breaks and reward myself by watching Netflix or even just watching TikToks. And to live a balanced lifestyle, I like to do things outdoors, maybe go to an outdoor skating rink or just go for a walk. I'm gonna sip my latte. That's yummy. And this brings us to the last thing on our list. Remember why you're doing this.
So by this we mean create realistic goals and remind yourself of them.
So like we mentioned earlier, we both want to go to med school, and I'd say that's the biggest motivating factor in our lives. Whenever we're getting down or I don't really feel like doing a reading, I remember, okay, I need to do this reading because it's going to give me a good grade on this test, and that higher GPA is going to make me a more competitive applicant when applying to med school. So these kind of things are always what I think of, and then I always think back of, okay, why do I want to go to med school and why is this so important to me? So remind yourself of your goals, whether big or small. It'll all help you get there in the long run.
So that's the end of our list for staying more motivated in 2021. Thank you so much for watching our first video.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button and also like this video and leave a comment. Thanks for watching.
Bye. I got a bloody nose this morning. Did you know that?
Oh my god, that sucks.